Have you been working on your credit for some time trying to get a mortgage? Somebody told you that before you get into a mortgage qualification, you have to get your credit straightened up. Credit is not the most important thing that you need to get in order to get qualified. There are 4 elements for pre-qualification for a mortgage, and credit is only one. It is important, yes, but in my opinion, it's not the most important one. We're going to talk today about the 4 elements that any lender, any bank is going to use to get you pre-qualified for a mortgage. We're going to talk about credit first because it's the most common people want to fix or work on before even try. And this might be a mistake. A lot of people out there say, no, I don't have credit. I have to build it first. Well, how do you know? Some people have credit score. Most of us actually, the majority of us, we have a credit score. Scores go from 300 to 850. And a lot of people don't know where credit score is at, and they believe that they don't have any credit. Most of us have a credit score. Now, the score is not the only element that the lenders are going to consider. Some of you know that you had a bankruptcy in the past, you had a repo, you have medical collections there. That makes you afraid to even try. Well, guess what? For example, medical accounts are not important normally. So you see how important it is to get your case looked at. Credit is number 1. Definitely not the most important. You can have what is considered a low credit and yet be qualified to buy a home. Did you know that? You don't need a perfect credit. You don't even need an almost perfect credit. This is very important for you to know. You will still be qualified. Number 2, collateral. This is the property itself. It's important because you might be well qualified for a loan, but for any reason, there's a number of reasons, the property that you want to buy doesn't qualify, and that's fine. You don't want to get into that deal to begin with, especially if this is a home for you and your family. Capital. In short terms, cash. How much money you have available for the home and after you buy the home. The reason I put this in number 3 is very tied with number 4, which I would say is the most important, is capacity. Your capacity to pay back the debt, your income. Your income, and this is also very important, normally is going to be in your tax returns, but even if it's not there, you still could qualify. There are other options out there, and this is why it's very important to get to see an expert, to see a loan officer that is going to help you see the numbers and work something out for you. If you have cash, a big amount of cash available, you don't even have to have an employment. Now, this is not for everybody. And that's the main point today. We are all different. You are different. You are not your neighbor. You are not your brother. You're not your father. So everybody's gonna give you their advice with the best intentions. But they say, no, you can't. That doesn't mean that you actually can't. They're not gonna lend you the money. A bank, a lender is gonna get the loan for you. So you have to go and find a lender, find a loan officer. If you decide to see a bank is going to have a few options, maybe a couple options for you. But if you see a mortgage broker, if you see an independent loan officer, that loan officer is going to have hundreds of options for you. So don't be afraid. Credit is only one, and it's the less important one. Collateral, cash, and capacity. All 4 make the elements that all lenders are going to see and get you pre-qualified. Now, let's suppose you don't qualify because of your credit score is too low, or there's something in your credit that has to be fixed. In a few months, you can get your credit fixed. If you don't have the cash to buy now, maybe it's gonna take you at least 1 year, right? So you can see cash is even more important. If you don't have 2 years working in any job, you may have to wait. But if you have a low credit score, in most cases you can fix that in months. So credit is the lesser of your problems. And I don't like saying problems. It's the lesser of your areas of opportunity. Take care of the other elements, and at the same time you can work on your credit. And in a few months you might be ready. Go find a lender in your area and get that home. You deserve it. Your family deserves it. You've worked too hard for it. This is going to be the most important purchase in your life. Don't be afraid. You are renting already. So what could happen? You're going to keep renting. That's it. Nothing's going to happen. You can do it.